Hello, and we are back with the double flip through of the Moonchild Tarot. We have the dark edition on one hand and the light edition on the other hand. So what has changed? Some of you will have had the light edition for a few years and are maybe wondering, should I get the dark edition? And that's the answer we're here to try and craft together. So anyway, this is the outside, this is the box. Sorry, my mat's going everywhere. So box remaining kind of similar. Sorry, I'm trying to get the best angle to get the most information for you. All right, so maybe a little bit more gold on this side and a lot more dark on this side and then a lot more light on that side. Okay, enough the box. All right, or oh, okay, blooming light, blooming shadow, and on this side we had Isis. Okay, so that's a big difference already, but what you might not be aware of is that there we go. You've got, this is all shiny on the inside. It's really well made. It's kind of beautiful. I was taken aback when I opened the deck. Sorry, this is upside down. So when you open the deck, you have our beloved books, and Danielle actually makes a real effort to depart from traditional books and give you proper, adequate information. And so these books are actually worth having, worth reading, worth working with. And gosh, they look beautiful. They both look beautiful. But you know what? Even though I'm a super Egypt fan, I prefer this one. Go figure. Go figure. Anyway, we will do a comparative look at our card later on to see if they read differently or if Danielle's decided to look at them and do exactly the same write-up. I doubt it. And then you have the inside of your card, and already this is setting the tone. The outlook is slightly different. The colors are muted. The sharpness has been ebbed away. So we really are looking more into something which is maybe not just as defined as it is here. Seek the unseen with the, I hope you can make them out, the beautiful swirls that are on quite a lot of cards. Actually, quite a lot of cards have those swirls, and versus you are the dance of light and shadow. Okay, so that was the old box, and you had the swirls on the outside of the box. All right, the back. Now, you know, when I discovered Danielle Noel, it was the back of these cards that did it for me. I looked at the back and I went, I must have that deck. And I'm sure that's true for not just me, but quite a lot of people. So as you can tell, the lighting is perfect for the dark and gold. And we're still having issues because this is the daylight and there's a lot of light behind me. So we're still having issues with the white here, but hopefully this will not impede us. All right, the side of the deck. If you remember, Danielle had done a beautiful turquoise sparkly side in the Ocean Dreams Oracle deck last year, and she has done this again with this edge, which is a shimmering purple edge. Oh, it's just so beautiful. Sorry, I'm just in love with that deck. Okay, here we have the ancestor of those edges, which is like your more what is it, antique gold. So it's not like a totally sparkly gold like in some decks, but you've got this antique gold edging. And when you turn the cards over, this is what you get. So softening, color changes, and flipped as well. The sky is very different. It's treated differently. So there's a lot of little details like that are treated differently in the new deck compared to the old deck. Still borderless with the name of the card. This is a slightly darker border as opposed to the goldy, lighter border. Magician, totally different. Completely different. I will read this one way better for me. It just makes sense. And High Priestess. Yes, we also fell in agreement with my daughter that this one was the winning High Priestess. And the beautiful new Empress. She is kind of unified, and this is lovely, this is really lovely. The Emperor is lost his harshness, which he had here, and he's gone into himself. He's kind of evolving, and there's this maturity that you see in the Emperor. You can actually see through the whole deck. Let's see if we can get better lights on that. These are remarkably similar. The left one's a little bit pinker in real life, and I think it's coming through in the camera. Through the camera, rather. And the Lovers. And again, you've got a lot more softness in this. You've got a lot more grays and pinks. So less strident changes of colors. And this carries on through the whole deck. So here you can see that the beautiful dress is more muted, which to us that's not a win, but we can see why. And strength has been reworked entirely. Now we really used to love, I say we because I include my daughter. So I used to love this one, but this new one is really beautiful as well. Really beautiful. And I like that there's more of a connection between the lion and the woman, rather than just chilling out but not acknowledging each other. The Hermit has been completely reworked. Very difficult to actually do it justice. It's almost like there's angelic beings kind of, guiding the Hermit, as opposed to him being in a cave and walking through. I really like that reworked card, even though I really loved the original as well. So here we go. Wheel of Fortune, softened out. The line work is also completely different. You don't have the lines coming out, but now you have starry skies to guide you. You can probably make out the moon better. It's almost like she's bigger as a result. And I still love that portal effect in the center there. It's beautiful. This is one of the cards that is the most similar, but as you can see, there's a hue difference in Justice. And same in Hangman. So you've got that difference in the hue. And that's about it, really. Here, same again. Difference in the hue. And there's a softening because of that difference, which is fine. Now, the Temperance. Now, I really love this old Temperance card. But I must say, the dynamic of the new one really takes it, because the old one, it's almost like, she dare not move. Or she is in balance, she got there, and now she can't move, kind of thing. Her wings have seized up. If she moves, her veil's going to get all crumpled. Anyway, this Temperance card doesn't have any such qualms. She's just going for it. I love it. I love the new card. And that was a tricky one for me, because I really, really love that card. And this is one of my birth cards as well in the tarot. So really important card for me. The Devil has become the Dark Veil. And you know what? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the difference, and yeah, it's just, there's an opening for your interpretation, which it's just really good. This difference in hue in the tower, again, nothing major, you know, no drastic measures taken here, but just that softening out a little bit. It's almost like growing in maturity and softening out. You don't need to be so bold. You can work with more half measures and things that are a little bit softer. So the star is the same. The moon is also the same, but the hue has been changed, you know, different. Again, she could have reworked the line work here, but okay, we'll forgive her that. Change in hue here as well. We're losing the orange to go more to a sort of corally color, which speaks volumes to me actually, because I've been working with the Aura-Soma corals, the pale corals actually. And then I don't know if you can make it out. There's a face that has been added inside of the sun. And Judgment. What a bold move. Losing Thoth. Okay, so I must say, this is one of those cards that is not an improvement for me, but I will learn to deal with it. I will deal with it. But losing Thoth and the pyramid and the portals is a big thing for me. Even though you find the portals here, I thought this was such a good card. But hey, we need to learn and expand. The universe is also okay, so she doesn't have the stars around her anymore. It's almost like she's wearing them. They've been integrated. The universe has been integrated into her, and she can face whatever because she is carrying all of this universe within and around her. And I think that's quite a bold move. I really like that. Isis has been more defined. Actually, there's more contrast in Isis in the new deck. And again, the hues have been reworked. I like the new Isis. She's been flipped as well. No problems there. Let's see, let's put them both the same. Shadow work has been changed. Now, I didn't have an issue with the old shadow work, but this one, yeah, resonates more. And you're going to find that there's a lot of that in this new deck. The Moonchild, what can I say? I love the new Moonchild way more. I can engage with it. I can, you know, I can totally see who she is. Whereas here, not so much, you know. And so we move to the minor arcana, and I have put them in the order that Danielle puts them in her book. And that's the way that they arrive as well when they get to you. Now, the Ace of Cups was for me one of my favorite cards ever in tarot. In this deck. This one there. But she's reworked it majorly. I'm still reconciliating all of this. I don't hate it. You know, I still love it. I'm trying to get over it. It's still early days. Suit of Cups. So this, because I work with sound, resonated far better. I can see the unifying of the self and union of the self, pulling all the parts of the self together, viewing yourself as a full entity. I see why she's changed it. Okay, the 3 interests me more because, you know, out of these, all of these things that you have collected, you can brew this wonderful brew. And so this is enrichment, okay? So rather than having enrichment from being with people, we have enrichment maybe that we can pull together through what we know and the things we know how to do. Okay, so this is an improvement for me. Of course, it doesn't have to be an improvement. You can work with both decks. That's the beauty of it. You know, you can combine them and have your shadow and light sides both pulled at the same time, which is really neat. So, Four of Cups, no major changes, still very detached. Just a little bit of hue change. The Five of Cups has changed. Now, it's okay. It's a little bit more traditional, kind of, you know, Rider-Waite-Smith reading. I like that one because of the portal. But, yeah, okay. Once again, that's okay. Six of Cups. Really beautiful. The new one is just stunning. It's so accomplished. I really like it. I really, really like it. Seven hasn't changed much, just a little bit. No details added or taken away. Eight of Cups, totally different, totally reworked. I think this is speaking to me more, but then I always liked the fact that she had Saturn at the back there. Actually, I don't even know if it's Saturn. But yes, get beyond your limiting beliefs. The 9 works better with that beautiful fire ratio, you know, that beautiful shell at the back. You can really see why this is the 9 of Cups more than that one. And the 10. Okay, so you're getting the rainbow in there. So the moon is not as present as it was before. And the people have been removed, although you kind of get the idea of something in the middle there. But I love the fullness of this card, that it doesn't need to speak about a couple or about a family, but you just have that togetherness. Page of Cups. I see why the change, although I really loved that one. But I see why she's gone for it. Knight of Cups. Again, I did enjoy the sort of moderate movement in this other card. You do get movement here, down here, with the water. You do get some form of movement, the ripples and all of that. It's interesting. This has been toned down and it's been changed a little bit and flipped. Different movement, very different movement in the card. It's the same, but it reads differently. And the same is happening to this chap as well. You're much more aware of what's going on around him and less aware of him as a figure, rather than here where you're very aware of him as a figure. You're also picking up, I'm picking up the hearts more for some reason, even though they're very clear on here, but I'm picking them up more there. All right, on to swords. Again, just the hues being reworked, and this works phenomenally well here. We've gone from blue with that pattern in the back to this beautiful new hue. The 4 is a good rework, taking that pause to re-examine what's going on, you know, where are the cracks appearing. And the 5 is a great rework. good rework for me. 6 of Swords. I get a better feel for this one. Never really had a great feel for that one. The 7 is darker. It's one of the rare cards which is actually darker now than it was before, but it works. And it's almost like, what do you not want to see? Okay, this could be great. This could be a cool opportunity. The 8, no change except for the hues. 9 flipped and the hues changed. I like the emanations coming from the ground there. That's quite neat. And the 10. So the 10 is a complete rework, and I am glad that it's a complete rework. This one has always read a little bit weird for me, so this, you know, this is good. Going on to pages. Page of Swords. So again, just a change in the saturation there. And this guy, he's less obvious. His environment is more obvious. But it's almost like speed from this. It's almost like he's becoming hazy because he's moving so fast. And the Queen has acquired beautiful roses, which I totally agree with. And she has a softer, kind of little bit of a softer feel to her. And the King, again, softer feel. You're less aware of him, more aware of his environment. There's a lot more flowing in this deck. Things are a lot more flowing. And Ace of Pentacles has lost the jewel, but everything is pretty much the same. Sorry, just knocked the camera. And 2 of Pentacles, again, this is good. I like it. You know, the Pentacles being revived in a different way. You know, she's swapped the Pentacles from being in front to being in their hands, and then the roses or peonies being in the back to now being in the center. So it just gives you different ways to read, you know. Fuller Pentacles here, you know, which is neat. 4 of Pentacles, slightly different color. Now, the 5 of Pentacles had I've done a lot of readings where this one has come out, and it has brought out vulnerability and sides of ourselves that we don't maybe want to acknowledge. And this is completely changed now. You know, it's like, it's so explicit. It's like, okay, I'm lost in this maze, and, you know, I can't see this because I'm so lost in here. So a little change. I don't know yet how it's going to read. It'll be interesting. The 6, I really love this one, this new one. And the 7, very, very good. You know, you need to wait for that eclipse to pass before you can see what's in front of you, before you can see what's been growing around you. It's a really neat concept. The 8 of Pentacles, we are losing Sekhmet. Oh no, how can we lose Sekhmet? But anyway, this is actually good. I actually like it. Losing Egyptian references, but I like it. 9 of Pentacles, flipped, different hues. Again, very similar cards. They read the same. The 10 of Pentacles also reads the same. Again, this evanescent little haze, and, you know, things are less focused. But I guess that's the whole theme of the deck, isn't it? That because you're looking into the darkness, things are less maybe precise, and also you might not be looking at the one thing, but things that are around to have a more complete picture of what's going on. Page of Pentacles, which is beautiful. Love her golden, her light halo, actually. And this chap hasn't changed much. And she has changed a little bit. Again, the same kind of changes here that we're seeing in the other court cards. None of the kings and queens have changed. And we arrive at the Ace of Wands. So again, we see the hue change, and now this is an inspired change. I really like that change. You have this idea of this wood that has traveled a lot. And 3, again, very good, very focused. I like that. You know, this helps. This is helpful. And the 4 is more helpful as well in its new form. And I love the fact that she's included the moon. And 5. Yeah. This is this one I really needed the book to sort of, you know, get to grips with, and then I derived my own interpretation over the years. But this is pretty plain spoken. The 6 of Wands, I really like this. Now she's echoed a lot of the things that are in this card, but they're just organized a little bit differently. And the 7 is a major change, and I really approve and like the change of the 7 of Wands. I don't know, it just works with the arc. I hope you can make this out okay. And the 8 is, oh my goodness, yes, you're being pulled up so fast. 9 of Wands. Again, I really like the new card. 10 of Wands, I really like the new card as well, you know, wading through, and just, you know, it keeps getting harder and harder. But you do also have support, you know, you're not alone. You're never alone in this deck because you're the Moonchild. So you've always got that moon influence. The Knight of Wands, which works also well because there isn't that detachment and almost that air feel anymore, but he is grounded in the fire of his heart, you know, he or she. Again, some minor adjustments on the Queen and minor adjustments on the King. Welcome ones. Okay, so these are it. Let's see. I think we should compare the book for, let's see, cards that are different. Let's have a look at the difference between Temperance in the new and Temperance in the old. Let's see how they read. So, our 2 books. The old Temperance. She was... I'm just going to open them both. Okay, so I'm opening them both. I don't know if you're going to be able to make them out. Standing in a watery landscape, an angelic being connects to the earthly realms below and the divinity above. Okay. And here, standing at the watery threshold of 2 worlds, an angelic being connects with the earthly space below and the heavens above. So, a little bit different. Not entirely different. In her hand she holds 2 cups representing the sub and superconscious minds, both of which she balances effortlessly. And as an intermediary of these realms, They draw upon the sub and superconscious minds, both of which they balance effortlessly. And then the lunation above illustrates the shifting ebb and flow of the moon and its continuous dance with the light and shadows. The lunar phases illustrate the shifting ebb and flow of the moon and her continuous dance with light. So very similar. Let's see if the questions are the same. How can I reconnect with my higher power? My higher purpose. And then what greater message is being revealed in the old deck? What greater lesson is now being revealed to me in the new deck? Astrological is the same, gemstones are the same, and I'm gonna guess that the divination is going to be quite similar. Yes, it is. The font is slightly different, so there might be bits that are added. Okay, but I'm not gonna stop and read, so you can stop and read them if you want. Interesting. I thought there might be a little bit more of a difference. Let's take the Three of Swords. I mean, it's such a beautiful card, right? It gets such a bad press. It gets a bad rap, but it's such a beautiful card. All right, here we go. So I don't believe that there will be much between them in the write-up, to be honest. Maybe I should have done the Ace of Cups, because those are more different. So, Three of Swords. I'm just going to go with the keywords are the same, the questions are the same, and my challenge, feed my strength, my thoughts lead me forward. Okay, so very, 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 very similar. Okay, little tweaks here and there. Let's have a look at the, I'm sorry, I'm bending your ear about this, but let's have a look at the Ace of Cups, because they are so different. I want to see if the write-up is different. As the first card of the Dreamy Suit, an ornate chalice rests within the space of a watery realm, the world of the psychic, discovery, romantic expression, and intuitive wisdom is the same on both sides. As one of the most celebrated keys of the tarot, the Ace of Cups marks a time of fresh beginnings and spiritual love as an internal vessel of the divine. So there's a couple of words that are different here, but basically the same. The questions are the same, and planting new seeds. Okay, so the read up is the same. Okay, so I would encourage you, if you're getting both, I would definitely encourage you to do your own assessment, because you may see different things in the decks, especially when the cards are all so different, as is the case with some of the cards in here. Okay, let me know in the comments which deck floats your boat. Are you going to be using both of them at the same time? Are you favoring one over the other? Do you think it was worth it doing the two? Do you think it's a waste of time? I love it. I'm so grateful that she did the two. I don't think that I will necessarily use them at the same time, but sometimes, you know, why not? Sometimes I've been known to use the Star Child with the Moonchild to do like a double, like light and shadow reading. So I don't know if it's going to be hard now to go back to having two Moonchild to do readings for light and shadow with. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are, and thank you so much for sticking with me today during this double walkthrough, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Bye.